Back on the RoughRiders Pregame Show, we're sitting down with left-hand reliever Jimmy Reyes. Jimmy, thanks so much for joining us. And last night, pretty good performance. 2 innings, no hits, no runs, and 5 strikeouts. Of those individual stats, hits, runs, strikeouts, which were you most pleased with?
I think I like to go beyond, just hits, runs, strikeouts. Obviously, no walks is a good thing. Anytime you put a guy on base for free, a lot of times that comes back to bite you. But I really like the fact that I got ahead of a lot of guys and didn't give in at all. And that's kind of how I evaluate myself. Just how many pitches did I execute and how well did I get ahead of guys.
You talked about not letting guys on base for free. The first batter you faced in the 6th inning reached by way of an error. Then a wild pitch moves him to second base, and so suddenly there's a guy in scoring position with nobody out. Were you a little nervous? How did you handle that adversity early in your outing?
No, I think when you get a guy in scoring position like that, you're always thinking about how you can get out of the situation. So for me, it was, okay, I have an open base, at first base, and I can pitch around this guy and, strike him out or make him make a weak contact. And you're always looking for the way out. You're never worried about, this guy's on second, a blue pit scores him. You're trying to be as positive and try to say, okay, how do I get out of this situation unscathed?
What pitches in your arsenal were working for you last night?
I was really happy with how my changeup and slider were yesterday, as well as my fastball. Obviously, there's always a few pitches in every outing that you wish you had back, and you wish you could have thrown a little bit better. But you're not going to be perfect every time out there. So I was pleased with it nonetheless.
5 strikeouts again. What was the out pitch that you were using most often last night?
A couple of them were sliders, a couple of them were changeups, and a couple were fastballs. I really liked how, I kind of expanded the 2-strike pitch. I just wasn't using my slider, or I just wasn't using my fastball. That's something that gives me a lot of confidence going forward, knowing that, hey, if I have 2 strikes on a guy, I can use whatever pitch I want because I have confidence that I can get a swing and miss on it.
We're with RoughRiders reliever Jimmy Reyes, and Jimmy, coming off a good outing last night against the San Antonio Missions, are you the type of pitcher that from the first pitch on the mound, whether you're on or off, or does it take you to a few batters before you really settle in?
As a reliever, you better be on that first pitch. One pitch can really change the game and really change your outing. I think after 1 or 2 pitches, maybe you kind of get a sense for how you feel, and sometimes you need to pick yourself up and brush those first couple pitches aside and keep moving forward. But as far as knowing whether or not you're on, you kind of have to just take it pitch by pitch.
What's it like being with this group of guys in the bullpen in 2014 for the RoughRiders? There was a stretch when the bullpen had allowed only 4 runs over a 13-game stretch. You guys have been really dominant at times this year. What's it like to be pitching in a group of guys that is collectively doing so well?
Top to bottom, our bullpen is awesome. I mean, great guys. Every guy I call a friend. And on top of that, I mean, every guy wants to compete, and every guy is really talented, and it's fun being around that. It kind of breeds competition, and you don't want to be the guy out there giving up all the runs because everyone else in the bullpen is dominating. You don't want to be that guy, so that's kind of what everyone's silently, not publicly, but silently pushing each other like that.
Well, giving up runs is something that you haven't done, especially since your first outing. I think you've put up goose eggs nonstop. How much has your experience in Double-A Frisco last year really helped you and carried you over into your performance this season?
You have confidence coming back. You understand, I know I can be successful at this level. And I think for me, it's more, not overthinking, and I know that I can be successful and not using that to my disadvantage and taking it for granted, just simplifying the game and picking a pitch and committing to it and executing it. I mean, obviously it helps being here last year, being comfortable in the setting, being comfortable with Jeff. And, being comfortable with the league. You see a lot of the guys from the previous year back, and you know how to pitch them. So.
We're with, once again, RoughRiders left-hand reliever Jimmy Reyes. And Jimmy, talk about the beginning of the season. Initially put on the Round Rock roster, you were almost caught in limbo. I guess they had too many pitchers at that roster, and then you're brought back down to Frisco right at the start of the season. Was that disappointing? How did you handle that?
I mean, it's always disappointing. You want to be at the next level up always. I mean, if you're not in the big leagues, though, you're in the minor leagues. And I think having seen guys like Nick Martinez and Luis Sardinas get called up from here, I think you take on the mentality to say, hey, any day can be my day as long as I'm consistent, as long as I'm getting better each and every outing. They're willing to call guys up from Double-A, and obviously it would be great to be in Triple-A, but I think I'm in good hands with Jeff, and he's a really great pitching coach, and this is a really good environment to be in. So, you can use it to your disadvantage and get all upset, and some guys do, but I think for me it's just staying positive. Wherever you're at, just try to pitch.
Well, your demeanor has definitely been admirable, and you've certainly been pitching great this season. Last question for you. It's a getaway day for the team. Right after this game ends, you hop on a bus and make a 7-hour bus trip, apparently, to Corpus Christi. How do you handle that shift in your routine and get enough sleep and just handle everything so that you're ready to go and pitch if need be on the first day of a road trip like that?
Well, you try when you're at home to stay up as late as possible. Going to bed at 2, 3 in the morning, and waking up at 11 or so. You kind of get in that routine where I can get on the bus and be up till 3 in the morning, go to sleep on the bus eventually, and you're pretty much in your same routine sleep wise. I mean, obviously you're on a bus and it's not very comfortable, but you make up your sleep when you get to the hotel at, I think we'll get there probably around 6 or so this morning, and you can sleep till 1 or 2 o'clock, get some food, and you're off to the field. So you make up for it. You find a way.
Got to make sure the phone's well charged, and Clash of Clans will be carrying you through tonight.
Clash of Clans will be played very often tonight by a lot of us. I can guarantee you that.
Well, good luck on your raids, and good luck in your next outing pitching. Jimmy, thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you.
Jimmy Reyes on the Frisco RoughRiders Pregame Show. We're back after this on the RoughRiders Baseball Network.